front. Yeah.
Are we good, Mom?
We're good.
All right.
Yeah.
You got your phone fixed there.
Yeah, that's what I just bought this thing from the hospital.
Well, that is nice.
All right, we'll get started. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing? My name is Jay Speaks. I'm Dee's son of 46 years old. I'm happy to be here today to tell you the story about what happened for me in terms of my health, and hopefully give you some inspiration and some knowledge about what has helped me, what has helped another girl that we're working with that I have some pictures of, and then a mom, and then kind of tell you a little bit about this system called Isagenix. So I'm going to do a presentation that has some screenshots and things. Of course, we brought out a display of the products here, and I have a little video at the end I'm going to display. And hopefully everybody will see it. If you can see from the screen, it has some sound to it as well. So hopefully that'll be the agenda for tonight. And then, there's more snacks here if you want to try some more of the bars. So rewind the clock back. So I'm a father of three. I went through a big divorce about 10 years ago now. And as a result, I gained a lot of weight over the course of time. And I got up to 307 pounds, and for my body frame, that was a really big deal. And so, I can't remember which order I put these in, but I think I put them in this order. So this was me the day I started Isagenix.
Wow.
So I was, I don't know what was wrong, but I definitely didn't know how to solve my problem with weight. And I was really miserable. But I was still very busy with my kids, but I was running out of energy. Didn't have any energy to keep up with them. I have a home I'm trying to keep up with. I was just like, Mother knew. I talked to her all the time. I was very much in a bad place, and I needed to be there for my children. A lot of things were going on. And the woman that approached me about Isagenix had started, she has a son the same age as my oldest son, and they play basketball together. And so she would see me out in the gym when our sons were playing basketball, and she'd come up to me and she'd say, "You need to try this. You need to try this." And I put her off for 14 months. Finally, I said yes, and my life changed because I started losing weight pretty quickly. Took some time before I was confident that you could see it in me, that I actually. But I was watching it on the scale every few weeks, and I was like, wow, it's actually something is actually working, and it worked for me, and it wasn't difficult to do, and so. This is 90 days later. And this is, I think, another month after that. And then I just took this when I was at this event for Isagenix in Nashville called Celebration. So it was a radical transformation in my life. And it's very simple. I'm going to show you how I did it, what I did. But my doctor visits, one of the things that was really crazy was when I went to the doctor, right before this picture, he told me that you have a heart protein that is an indicator of a cardiac event. He said normally the range is between a 1 and a 3, 3 being at the high end of your, could be ready for a cardiac event. And I was at a 6. So I was in the red zone, and I could tell, I felt like it, this picture kind of, lets you see, like in my face I felt tight. My legs were swelled from the amount of fluid in my body. I went to the dermatologist, thought I had poison ivy. He said, it's not poison ivy, there's something wrong with your heart. So it was definitely a situation in which I needed to make a change, and my kids were worried about me. A lot of things were going wrong, and this thing saved my life. So I'm a software developer by trade. I work at IBM. This is not what I do for a living. I'm here to tell you about it because I believe it works for people. If it doesn't work for you, it might work for somebody in your life that you know who does need it. And it absolutely changed my life, and I wouldn't be here otherwise. So with that being said, I'd like to give the other person that went through a transformation. So this is one of my good friends from high school, Renee, and she has lost a lot of midsection weight. Her face is a lot thinner. She's doing a lot better on it. I forgot what her total weight loss is right now. She's only been on about 4 months, but clearly She's making a lot of progress and feels very similarly. There's a part of the system that has intermittent fasting in it, and so I'll explain that more later, but she was very timid about that process, about, how do you intermittent fast, can I do that? But now that she's done it, she just loves it the same way I do. And you kind of fall in love with this cycle that you go through, and it's kind of a normal thing that a lot of people have researched, and so she's doing great with it. She's helping me. Hello.
Come on in.
Come on in.
There's somebody downstairs to let you in.
Well,
It
you were
was
late.
when we started.
You were late.
No, it's 5:39.
Ma'am? Hey,
5:39.
but I've been downstairs the last 10 minutes trying to get in. Sorry about that, Christine.
Sorry, Christine.
This is my friend Christine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there's plenty of room back there.
You want to sit here on the couch and I'll get it?
No, you can sit right there as long as you can see. There we go.
Can you guys see over there good? Okay.
Can you see there?
Okay, so picking back up, so Renee's done amazing, and I had coached 25 people through what I've done. So I started helping people kind of in March, and I've helped about 25 people through it, and a lot of people are doing amazing with it. It's just one of those things where if you make a little bit of a commitment, it'll absolutely change your life. And I was just in a place where I just didn't know what to do. I just couldn't find something that worked. And this worked for me, and it's working for a lot of people. And then, of course, I'll let Mom get up and say her testimony.
Well, y'all saw me whenever I first moved in here. I look more like this when I first moved in. And I've only been on it since since July the 5th.
Wow.
And I've lost 30 pounds. So, and I feel better than I have felt in years. I have, honestly, it's just an absolute change in everything. I feel I have more energy. I'm able to get up and around if I can just get my sinuses in gear. The only time I don't have a sinus problem is in the dead of winter. So I just feel better all the way around. And for me, yes, I need to lose the weight, but for me, I want to be healthy again. Because as most of you know, I have dealt with cancer since 1992. And it has been just one roller coaster after another roller coaster. This is giving me back the nutrition I didn't know how to get. And people say, oh, well, I eat healthy. I eat clean. I thought I did too. Mm-hmm. This is the nutrition that we need as people over 50. I mean, you may not be over 50. For people who are thin and they need to put on weight, I've got a girlfriend. She's this big. She needs to be on it so she can put on the healthy. She doesn't have healthy. She has the thin, and then she just stack of bones. This gives us the nutrition that we need. And that's the one thing I love about Isagenix. It gives us the nutrition. And we don't have to stand around and worry about what are we going to have for this, what are we going to have for lunch, what are we going to have. You know exactly what to have. And Dre will talk to you more about, the meals that we can have, which are great. Come in here, Lucy.
I brought my neighbor with me.
Oh, good.
Come on in.
Come in. Okay, well, you're going to be able to see this, Dorothy. Let me move your chair right over here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Let me move your chair right over here.
Best turn out of it.
You're doing good.
Kitchen over here.
Good to have people listen.
Yeah.
You see right here, okay?
I have a teacher that does something similar to this. I don't know exactly what this is. She goes,
Plexus.
yes, Plexus.
Yeah, plexus is a lot for gut issues. People who have gut issues.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what the lady that I know who does it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry you guys missed it, but to recap, I was 307 pounds in December. This was December 31st of this past year. And this was me, this was me at 90 days. This was about a month after 90 days. And then this was me in beginning of August at an event. So I've lost a total of 95 pounds.
Wow.
I'm close. And Isagenix does this amazing thing where you lose 100 pounds, you get in this 100-pound club, and then you get to go to the event and they celebrate you. You get to come up on this gigantic stage with 17,000 people screaming, yelling. It's
I'm
gonna
going
be very
next
exciting.
year, and I'm going to Nashville next year, and I'm gonna be 106 pounds lost.
Okay, it's true.
Yeah, me too.
So when we talk about what we're talking about here, so don't think that it's only for weight loss. It does. So there's different solutions based on what it is that Isagenix provides. And really, another big thing I want you to know is it's all nothing pharmaceutical. This is not pharmaceutical. It's all nutrients. It all is plant-based stuff. So weight loss is an option. Energy, performance. So that's a lot of things. Performance in the situation which you need to gain weight or you want to bulk up or be more energetic. They have a lot of solutions for that. I don't really have those products here, but they have performance products. Healthy aging, clearly something that's important. And I have even noticed that in doing this and actually coming off that weight, I feel a lot clearer. I was very cloudy-headed, and I feel so much like the world is clearer to me and I can keep things in my head more. And I had lost some of that, and I got up to that heavy weight. And then wealth creation is the final piece of it. So let's just get into what it really, because you're probably like, okay, what is this? How do you do it? So there are essentially two things, right? There is a shake day and there is a cleanse day. A shake day is when you take these canisters, or they have it in packs as well. I brought a pack just so you can see what it looks like, but they it comes in these pre-packaged packs as well. So this is one serving, or 2 scoops out of that thing. So you make it a shake twice a day. So you replace 2 meals a day with shakes. And then you have a snack in between. And so they have Isagenix bars, which are these bars that you can get in different flavors. And a half of a bar is considered a snack. And then you have a healthy dinner. And your dinner should consist of mostly a veggie, a protein, a starch, and really sweet potatoes or brown rice or something like that's a really good thing, and a protein. So it's important to do this. Now, a funny story, and I've done this video and explanation with my coach, but the lady who introduced it to me, the first night I went out to, I'd done the shakes, but I hadn't listened to what she told me. She told me to read the material and do some things. I hadn't done any of those things. And so we get to the end of the day, and I'm like scrambling around, okay, I'm not ready, right, what I'm going to eat. So I just go over to the local farmer's marketplace and get a salad with a protein on it, with this like a chicken. So it's a Caesar salad with chicken. And she called me a little later, she said, okay, what'd you eat? And I told her, and she's like, that's not what I told you to eat, because you need to be, this is Isagenix, this is not Isoj. You need to follow what I'm telling you. And so from that point forward, I did. But when you leave off something in this, the problem is you'll get hungry. So you need a really balanced meal, but just 1 meal a day. And the rest of it is shakes and snacks. Now, in this snack, you can actually do almonds, cherry tomatoes, string cheese. There's a whole bunch of things, but you want to kind of stay in that 100 calorie range. So most of your month is shake days. Then you have something called cleanse days. And this is not a bowel cleanse, this is a cellular cleanse. So on a cleanse day, what you do is you basically let your system stop processing what you're consuming. And you support yourself with this stuff called Cleanse for Life fluid. It's in that purple looking bottle on the end over there. The fluid is a botanical fluid. You drink it every 3 hours, and it essentially boosts you up to get you through that next 3 hours. In between, you chew up these little snacks, tablets that are essentially nutrients, just enough to get you through that interval. And then they have these chocolates, and you can eat 1 chocolate. So essentially it's 4 ounces of the Cleanse for Life fluid, 2 of these little snack tablets, and then 1 chocolate. You do that over and over again for 4 times in 1 day. And if you do a back-to-back cleanse, this is what we call when you do it 2 days in a row. You do it again the next day, and you just, pow, the weight comes off. So when I was doing this, and my results aren't, you know, they may not be what you would receive, but I would lose 7 pounds every 14 days. So, consistently, and I just did this. So the thing is, when you look at your month, cleanse days aren't a lot in your month. So 26 days of the month are shake days. So if you start off the pack, you go a couple days, and you get nutrition in your body, then you do a couple cleanse days, then you're back into shakes, and you do another set of cleanse days, and you keep going shakes until the end of the month. And essentially, whatever your gauge of weight loss is, you know, it's not magic. You have to do the math. It's like, okay, if I want to lose X number of pounds and how much I'm losing per, you know, 2 weeks or whatever else, then I just do the math, and that's how gets me there. Most people continue on after this as well. So when we get into what are the options, so for people who really want to invest in it and get into it, and it's like, okay, I want to go full bore, we have this thing called the Ultimate Pack. So the Ultimate Pack contains everything that you see here, which is almost 80% of all the weight wellness products. So from left to right, you have IsoPro, which is, I have a canister of it in the vanilla flavor. Now, this is not a meal replacement. It's actually just whey protein. You use it if you need more protein in your, so for example, if you want to gain weight, you'd add whey protein to a meal. They have this thing called greens, which is where it's essentially 30 botanicals all into a powder form. Most people don't get most of these botanical things, and it's in those things. Isagenix Pro Shake is the one that has 36 grams protein versus the regular one that has 24 grams. And you have some E-shots, which are these things that look like 5-hour energies, but they're actually really healthy. Some people start drinking these instead of drinking coffee. Get a box, 2 boxes of those. Whey Thins are like chips, but they're made out of whey protein. Some brain booster, joint support, sleep spray stuff. These are all things that are just kind of support system items. And then it goes on down here. These are vitamins that you get. And this thing right here is the thing that I wanted to tell you the most about. So this product, which is kind of hard to see in the picture, but it's called Isagenix. And I didn't know a lot about it when I started, but essentially there is something in our DNA that gets shorter as we get older, and it causes us to have memory loss and a lot of other things. And so this is where that healthy aging comes through. This product is very specific to Isagenix. They was one of the scientists that built this for Isagenix, and essentially it does something to prolong your capacity for having mental, like a mental state that's really good. So this is in the Complete Essentials with Isagenix, or you can get Complete Essentials in just this product alone. And then of course you have your regular Isagenix shakes and your snacks. These are some supplements you take, and then your fluids for cleansing, which they make it in powder or in liquid form, and then the delights and the bars, and you get a blender and 2 shakers with it, or 4 shakers with it. So this is the Ultimate Pack, and it is the biggest pack we offer. So down from this is the Weight Loss Value Pack. So this is what I sold the most of to people. You get 4 canisters of shake, you get your E-shots, your bars, your vitamins, these other things. And this is really a good single person system. Most people choose this one. The other system is primarily for people who want to really experience all the products, they have the money to spend on it, or somebody who wants to really share it with someone else in their household. This is really the best system for one person. And this is what I do. So then from there, this is the one that I brought this today. I actually don't normally present this, because this one is the Total Health and Longevity System. It's a little less expensive than the previous one, but it has the Complete Essentials with Isagenix and a smaller support system of pills. So these this canister of Isa Flush and Natural Accelerator here. So this is called a Natural Accelerator. It's a solid dietary supplement. What this does is increase your metabolism. And this Isa Flush is kind of a magnesium-based product that draws all that out of your system. So you get less of that in the Total Health and Longevity System. And then finally, the least expensive pack that we have is called the Bare Bones 30-Day System. And it's just 4 canisters of shake, the Ionic Supreme, and these things as well. So when we talk about, I'm sure everybody's curious about price, right? Everybody? Or not? So this, you have to realize now, this is replacing 2 meals a day. And for most people, when you really think about it, like a lot of people don't eat really healthy or they skip meals. So we're talking about 60 meals in a system. Now this actually has more than 60 meals in it. But 60 meals, so you do the math on that, whatever it is. So most of these systems are about, you spend about $8 or $9 a day per system. But so this is the most inclusive. It's $1,080. This one is $589. And this one is $373. And this one is $272. So, and it breaks down to like $9, whatever. It goes up from there. So, I mean, the thing is, what are you spending on yourself in terms of medicine stuff? I know for me, I was headed toward type 1, or whatever, type 2 diabetes and a lot of other things. And really, I was getting into a place where I couldn't function as well as I should have. And the energy that I feel now, the life that I feel in me now, they're really priceless. And I know everybody's dealing with a budget, but so there are solutions to even that problem. But these are the 4 packs that I recommend to almost everyone. And really, I brought this one. I don't normally recommend this one, but I thought it might be good because it refers to Isagenix. So another big thing is that you have to pay for tax and shipping to get these things to you, but they just came out with this very cool thing called Isa Delivery, and it's an Amazon-style shipping. So you pay one fee for $59. You get 12 or 6 months of shipping. Essentially, you can order 12 shipments in 6 months, which almost nobody does more than 12 shipments in 6 months, and it's all included. So that's a good for $59. You get all those shipments for free. Previously, for that, it would be a lot more expensive than that, a ton more expensive. Because if you look at the box, like I just shipped my son had and you guys may know this, but my son just had a tiny little shoe box, and I had to ship back something with a shoe box. It was $20. The box that this stuff comes in is like, it's there, it is right there. It's this, probably 2 of these, what everything comes in. So, when you pay $59, it's a great deal. So, that leads us to, okay, I can't afford that, right? Can't afford that, that was too much.
Well, if we all go in together, we could probably
Right. So here's the thing, okay? How much you spend, you're not, this is not new money, this is taking money, it's taking money that you're normally spending on food and buying a very high nutrition food. Number one, there's a ton of science in it. And it's really just, these scientists somewhere just came up with all these incredible things. They put it in these shakes, and then you don't have to deal with it. We have some people who are incredibly conscious of what they would eat, and they would go through so much trouble trying to look at the labels and everything, and all of that science is in these products. But if the cost is an issue, there's a solution. And so now I'd like to show you the video of essentially how you can get your products paid for. And it's called You Share, They Share.
We want you to share Isagenix with as many people as possible. But for the sake of this example, let's start with 2 people. If you were to help 2 friends or family members join Isagenix with a qualifying pack, Isagenix would pay you a product introduction bonus, ranging from $25 to $150. Our value packs have enough of our most popular products to last someone an entire month, plus a few extras to share with family and friends. Let's say one friend joins Isagenix and orders a value pack. You would receive a $100 bonus. If another friend were to also join Isagenix and order a value pack, you would receive another $100 bonus. Here's where it gets exciting. If both friends get started and place their initial orders in the same commission week, Monday to Sunday, Isagenix would double your bonus. Instead of receiving a $100 bonus for each friend starting with a value pack, it's doubled to $200 for a total of $400. So far, you would have earned $400 for helping these 2 friends join Isagenix. This is called You Share. By doing this, you would have also advanced to the first leadership level consultant, which would entitle you to an additional $50 for a total of up to $450. Now let's say your 2 friends want to share Isagenix products with others. you would help them do exactly what you did. If your two personally sponsored friends find 2 new customers who also purchase a product pack, you would be paid $100 per consultant. This is referred to as they share. You receive $100 every time you personally create a consultant for up to 20 personally sponsored consultants. You earn $450 for you share plus $200 for they share, resulting in a total of up to $650. If you were to fulfill you share, they share within the first 60 days of becoming an associate, you would advance to the second leadership level, Crystal Manager, and the company would reward you with an additional $250. Let's add this up. You started Isagenix with a value pack. You shared your experience with 2 friends and family members who joined the same way you did. You would have earned $450 from the sales of value packs to them. You helped your 2 friends share Isagenix products with their 2 friends or family members who opened their own accounts and purchased value packs, and you would have earned an additional $200. If you completed you share, they share within 60 days of becoming an associate, you would receive another $250. That's a grand total of up to $900. And now the final step, repeat. Repeating these steps can help you accomplish your financial goals. You share, they share, repeat is just the beginning. The earning potential with Isagenix is amazing. Visit isagenixbusiness.com for more on the you share, they share, repeat system.
How long is
We
that
want-
supposed to last?
Pardon?
If you buy, say, that first pack, how long is that supposed to last?
30 days. 30
Then
days.
if you buy a bigger pack,
Well, you only, so that each pack is kind of built around a 30-day system. The big pack, the big ultimate pack, is primarily for, one, if you want to experience a lot more of the products and you want to share with someone else. That's primarily why you want to, and I mainly promote this ultimate pack to couples. So if a couple, or if somebody who's got, I had one woman I signed up, her father was timid about starting, but she really thought it would be good for him. So what she did was she bought this ultimate pack and gave him some of the canisters. She actually worked out, so she gave him the Isoline. She took the IsoPro, and he got on it. He's doing great. He's lost a ton of weight, and then he finally got on. He started buying his own pack, and so they took off from there. So that's really it. But all of these are 30 days. The big difference here is on the weight loss value pack, you get items that support you in your snacks. So you have whey thins, which are snack items. You have bars, which are snack items. And you have these e-shots, and the greens are nutritious, but the e-shots and the Ionics and stuff like that, they really help you through, and Ionics is incredibly important because it is, if you look at what most people go through, stress causes people to have cortisol levels and it causes you to gain weight. A lot of people deal with that, right? And so Ionics is actually a de-stressor. So in the morning you drink 1 ounce of that Ionics and it lowers your stress level, so you feel better throughout the day, and you.
I had a shot glass.
what's the de-stressor you saying?
So it lowers your stress level.
De-stressor, what
De-stressor.
was it?
The
Ionic
Ionics.
Supreme, this one here. It's called Ionic Supreme. You get 1 bottle of this a month.
Oh.
There's 30 servings. Most of these
I
things
buy
are,
2, Dane.
yeah. And these are the greens and fruits, which is where they just basically, they have this amazing, if you look on here, it's like, I don't know if it's actually on the bottle, but I went to the science presentation at the big conference in Nashville, and the scientists got up there and described all the, what they do, but it's incredible, like what is absent from our current, nutritional food that's provided to us. And this stuff is incredibly dense in nutrition. So that's one of the things I think that people don't realize is that, from what I'm understanding through reading this, is how they achieve these results is because you're actually deficient in a lot of things. You don't have a lot of the things you need in the current food system, and then the current solution is to get something that's really highly engineered to give you all those things. But yeah, so and then, again, this was the bare bone system. I've had a few people do this. The thing about the bare bone system is that you don't have much support on your cleanse days. Now, the only thing you actually need on a cleanse day is the Cleanse for Life fluid, which this does come with, or this comes in a powder form here, but you can get either way for the same price. But when you look at like this system, you have these chocolates and the bar, like you didn't drink the bar, but you have the e-shots. And those help you get through your cleanse days. We do a specific way of coaching it where, you know, I was describing it earlier, where you do Cleanse for Life, then you do your 2 snack tablets, then you do your chocolate, and then during your dinner time you do an e-shot. So that's it to the presentation. The way, I mean, we essentially, what happens is me or mother, maybe mother in this case, she would coach you through it with me and a lot of other people. Oh, the other big thing is there's an online component to this. So I didn't even talk about this part, I'm sorry. The culture of Isagenix is amazing. So like the people who are in it are incredibly supportive, and I didn't really see that coming in. I was just like, okay, you know, give me these things and I'll take these. But there's an online Facebook group called Amplified Health. And there's 66,000 people in that group alone, but if you think about Isagenix as a whole, that's one little group of people in all of Isagenix. Isagenix has been around for 16 years. It's an incredibly solid company, done tons of stuff over the years to improve their products. But we're in this little group called Amplified Health. And Amplified Health is really changing people's lives, but what you do, what you get here is you get a community. So if you go in there and you have a question about something, you go in there and you chat with somebody, or there's a ton of other people who have asked all kinds of questions. You can just go in there, search, and find the answer. And we kind of encourage each other through pictures and other things. It's really exciting. And then you have these events that you can go to, which I went to, and it was, I mean, blew me away. It was like a rock concert, 4 days, and I mean, I had a blast. It was very fun. And I got to meet a lot of people that were similar in where they were, similar in what they achieved. And I'm looking forward to the next event. It was amazing.
And I've got to brag on Jay. He had everybody, because he's been online so much, he had everybody up there in Nashville wanting to take pictures with him. Because he'd changed so much.
It was crazy.
I mean, he was like the rock star.
I had never, that was my 15 minutes of fame. I'd never had that happen before. Like these 2 kids came running across the thing and asked me to get a selfie with me. And I was just like, yeah, sure.
See, they don't have good role models.
The value pack is $5.89. I mean, it's the one that I mean, Mother did it. That's the one she did. And I know that's pricey, but again, if you can sign up 2 people underneath you, you know, that 450 is coming right back at you. But and really for me, you know, I've signed up 25 people, so you know, part of it, I make good money as an IBM software developer. I don't really care that much about that part of it. I really care about helping people. That's why I'm here. When I drove up here from, I live in Canton, because I think that it changes people's lives. I mean, really, I do. I think that when you start feeling your pants getting loose, I mean, I went from a 42, and I was blowing that thing out, man, the button could fly off and kill somebody, to this is a 36 I got on right now. And, I mean, that's a big difference, you know. I mean,
And they look haggy on him to me.
You know, you do squats, you know, but yeah, so anyway, I don't want to ramble.
34 easy.
No, I don't think so, not yet. So it changed my life. I believe it could change your life. I wouldn't have came here otherwise. So feel free to ask me any questions.
You can't buy anything individually?
Yeah, you can.
You can buy just a canister or something?
Yeah, it doesn't. I've often told people that who were concerned about that, they're like, okay, can I just do the shake mix? It's kind of, I mean, you could try that, but I don't know that it would work. The thing is, you get 15 meals per canister, and you could buy just one canister. But
So what is it composed of? Whey? Is there?
there is, you can look at the ingredients, it's all on here, but essentially, this one is whey protein. This one actually has whey in it, but it has a bunch of other ingredients in it.
Susan, did you not get on Apple Pie Health? Were you not able, did we not get you on there?
Never did, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you so there's multiple resources. Our Facebook group is the best thing, but we have had trouble getting some people on for some reason. I don't know. I mean, maybe because we're getting up to 66,000 people, and Facebook's like, "What are you doing?" You know. But but there's also you can go to isagenix.com and look up those resources. There's some movies and stuff too that talk about it. And I pirated the science talks from the Nashville event and put them on my own YouTube page in hidden places. So if you actually want to look at those, you can watch those. And those go into great detail on how they construct this and why it works and
That might
everything.
be something, Susan, that you wanna look at, and I can get that for you.
Yeah,
You wanna look at that?
it's just a video. It's
Yeah.
not, I'm just joking. It's part of it. So yeah,
But if y'all have any questions, ask him. He'll be glad to answer whatever.
well, I will say that I am no expert. I did a lot of this on trust. I trusted a lady before me, and so I'm a software developer. I'm not a nutritionist, but I know how to do it based on me doing it for 8 months. I know what products are which products are targeted at what, and I know where to go for answers if I don't know the answer, which is in these Facebook groups and these other people that are inside of that system. So that's really where I'm at in the whole equation. I don't consider myself an expert. I'm just somebody who's trying to introduce people to
I
whatever.
have a question. Is there one product that is for the mental?
Yes. So I don't have it here. I've got it ordered separate, but it comes in this. What it looks like, and you can see it right there. It's this big gold gel pill. That's that is called Isagenix. They do sell that, and it comes in a big bottle. It looks like one of those bottles, but it's a little different on the top of it. I think it looks like
Yeah, that's a picture up
yeah,
there.
it looks like this.
Yeah. And Joe,
So
you didn't
you
say
can-
anything about that, Rejuva.
Oh yes. Well, it's because
I
I don't
know.
think of skincare
I
products.
know, you know.
But this Rejuvity is, they have a skincare line. And actually Renee did it big time.
Yeah.
Renee uses it, and her skin cleared up amazing. But yes, this is like a face
Well, you can
scrub.
tell by her skin,
Yeah.
from where her first picture was to what she looks like now.
Right.
Her skin was just, different colors, how they're big kind of blotchy. Her skin just went boom, and she looks
Kind of
like
like
she just,
pigmentation kind of thing?
she just started glowing.
And I need to expand my knowledge. So one of the things also is just in August, they started doing oils. So they call it essential oils. I don't really know anything about them. Mother does, but I have a cousin down in Opelika, Alabama, who has been doing them for ages, and she just recently signed up, and she's going to be the person I'm going to get to educate me on it. But essentially, maybe you guys know more about oils, but apparently they are.
No, but
Well,
we got
most-
somebody does.
Most everybody here knew of
I do essential oils.
Young Living.
Yes, I do Young Living.
Mhm.
Well,
I just have started Young Living.
the guy who was over Young Living is the one now that came over from Young Living
Yeah.
Oh, really?
to
Yeah,
Isagenix.
it was a big thing. They were, because it turns out there's 60% of the people who do
63.
these types of systems, do want to be involved in the oils as well, because they want to have a holistic
Mm-hmm.
experience. So there are oil solutions.
I mean, we have doctors poisoning us every day. We know this.
And that's one of the reasons why, that is one of my big whys, because everybody will ask you, why did you do Isagenix? Why this one? I said, because I know what and anybody that knows anything about doctors' medicines, medicines you take from the pharmacy,
That's right.
they are killing us. They're absolutely killing us. And if I can get off the medicine, and so far I've gotten off 3 of the list that I was on. I no longer take, now I know this is kind of, we don't say this, but I don't take gabapentin anymore for my feet. I'm just about off all of my insulin. My blood sugars went from 11.6 to 6.4.
Wow.
If I go back in November and have my blood sugar done again and it's below 5, I'm off all my insulin. Hallelujah and praise the Lord. I will not have to stick my finger or take insulin anymore. And then I will also be off of all my blood pressure medicine and my heart medicine. That's the other 2 things. And this is all just from being on Isagenix.
Again, it's just 2 shakes a day.
2 shakes a
A
day and
normal
you
meal.
eat.
It's
a
not
good
like you're
meal.
not eating.
You just eat a good meal, and it's so simple.
And when you go on that Facebook group and you see people from different walks of life all having a similar transformation, it just,
The
I mean, I met them.
transformations
When
are
I went to that thing, a
absolutely
lot of those people came there, and it was really, it was unbelievable. This thing was 14,000 people, all in one place, who had all had
Does
transformation.
anybody know where the Greystone is in Nashville? the big arena, the big Bridgestone arena.
It was
That's
good.
where they had that's where they had it.
It was very exciting, very fun. So,
So what happens when you get to your goal? You start eating 3 meals a day, or what?
well, a lot, so
What
there's
is
different,
maintenance?
different solutions. Yeah, there's essentially what a lot of people do is they just increase their caloric intake because you don't want to be dropping anymore. So you can either switch over and do Isoline Pro, which if you're only doing Isoline, you can do Isoline Pro if you want more protein. You can have 2 meals in one shake. You basically just get your caloric level right to keep your level across the board. But a lot of people stay on it because the thing is you can't get, again, it goes back to the basics of it. You can't get these nutrients, these wide array of nutrients in what you buy at the grocery store. This thing is engineered to have a wide array of nutrients that are fulfilling all these different areas. That's why when you look at people, some people come up in weight, some people come down in weights because it's got a lot of things that fit around what you need in your body to make your body right for your frame.
And the one thing that I've read so much about is if we were to eat what we need to eat to get the nutrients,
We're gonna do it well.
we wouldn't be able to put it in the
Yeah.
number 3 wash tub.
That's
every
one
day.
of the arguments is that today our soils are kind of depleted, so we don't have as
Depleted of
much
the-
nutrients in what we have.
What do you mean, Diane?
You were talking about the envelope this comes in, what do you mix that with, just water?
Just water?
Yeah, just water. Now, a lot of people like, and so it comes with a blender. If you buy these, a couple of different packs comes with a blender, a personal blender. If you pour this into the shaker cup, or they have a cup that comes with a blender, put a little water in it, pour this in there, and then, so a lot of people put ice in it too. They want it to be really kind of thick. Just blend it up and you just drink it. And you want to drink it within about 10 or 15 minutes because it has, what do you call them? Yeah, but there's a word for it. I can't think of it. But it's activated when you put it in water. And yeah, you just drink that, and then go about your day, and they're very filling. My mom, a lot of people have always asked me, is it filling?
Oh,
And,
it is very.
I think it's very filling. Another thing I didn't mention earlier is they're coming out with these. They have 2 of these, and this is called Heart Booster or Shake Boosters. So they're simple. They're tiny little. Compare the size of So this is the size of a little scooper. It's not very big, but there is enough in here for 1 month. And if you compare that to a scooper in this one, which is a big scooper. So this is the size of a scooper.
And you do
from
2 of
this.
those.
You do 2 of these. But so what you do is if you want to have extra cholesterol reduction, you can do this one. And they have another one called Immunity Booster, which is it boosts you from getting sick if you're somebody who gets sick a lot. So those are 2 other additives as well. You can get. So anyway, thank you all for coming. I hope you can hear in my voice or in my presentation. I 1000% believe in this product. I believe it works. I know that the financial part of it is something everybody's like, but again, I just think about, like, I was headed for I don't know what, but it was not good, and it turned me around. And so
You headed for a train wreck.
I know what, and I was on my knees. I was saying, Lord, help me.
I mean, really,
something.
there were days when I got up and I was just like, I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack last night, because I felt very like ringing in my ears, stuff like that.
And the health problems that we had on our side of the family, on both sides of the family. My daddy died with a heart attack. My granddad died with a heart attack. My uncle died with a heart attack. My other uncle died with a heart attack. My mama's had a heart attack. I've had 2. Do you reckon he had a chance? I mean, I was going, dear God, please don't let him have a heart attack. This is my only baby. This is my only child.
My son's the same age.
And I was going, let him find something, Lord, that'll save him. Well, when he come up with this, and I saw him dropping the weight, I was just, thank you. And now I see how much strength he's got, how much vim and vigor he's got, and how good looking he is. He'll go now, Mom. You could have just talked all day.
Embarrassing.
So how much is 1 canister?
I think it's $40.
Golly.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in that little vitamin E thing and just one's little energy shot? things?
So it's very nutritious in terms of it's made from green tea and something else.
I'll hold them here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it contains caffeine comparable to a cup of coffee, but do not mix with alcoholic beverages. But I know it has.
You don't want to get that.
Yeah, they don't put the ingredients on here per se, but there's definitely science online. But essentially, it's very botanical in its nature. All these things are very botanical in its nature, and they have. The other thing too is that they have different flavors. This is lemon lime. They have apple pomegranate, and they have raspberry. Maybe there's one other one. They have different flavor choices. Oh, the other thing too on these shakes. So there's 5 flavors. They actually have dairy-free shakes too, but these are dairy. But they have 5 flavors that are always available, and then they do these seasonal flavors. So right now today they just came out with pumpkin spice and mocha.
Mocha. Oh,
And they sell out of them. It's crazy because some people will buy like they're truck full. I mean, they will just buy them because they don't make them again, and it's kind of like a game they play, where they're only available every once in a while.
But now they've got peach mango out right now.
Oh. Well, peach. They made it a permanent flavor.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah.
hallelujah.
Yeah.
Whoop, I'll have that all
I
the
think.
time.
I think it's peach
I
mango.
hope
Yeah.
so.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
that's so good.
there's flavor choices as well. You know, these are what the pack, when you buy vitamins, they come in a pack.
4 0 4
Um,
3 8 4 5 1 4 6.
So they come, you know, when you get your vitamins, you get 30 days worth, and they come in a tear pack, so it's easy. You just tear open those AM, PM.
What kind of vitamins are those?
Well, it's, Mother, do you know all the answers to that? It's, we can get you the information if you want to know
Well, just
specific.
tell us where it's stored.
But it's got in here the CoQ10, I think's one of them.
Yeah.
You got your Isagenix, and then there's 2 or 3 other things that are in there that are kind of typical. It may be on this thing.
The one I was
Yeah.
thinking about was the one you said was for headaches or something.
Well, it's not for, so that, I don't know about that, but there's definitely
Got stuff on your Kleenex.
Isagenix.
Yeah.
So it says here, I'll let you look at this. This is what's in there. And you can look right here, they have it right here. But then there's got more details in there. And I think that's female, they have women's and men's.
Yeah.
I think they're almost the same, but there's a little bit of variance.
Yeah.
So,
So how much are the vitamins? Whatever that price are.
I'll get you a price sheet. I'll get you a price sheet and let you know. I'm gonna see if I can get you on Amplified Health though.
Yeah.
But there's gotta be a way for me to get you on that.
What about me?
I'll get you on, I can get every one of you on it.
yeah, it comes with a
Okay, well, I
little,
probably lose weight.
it comes with a demonstration, a little booklet that tells you all about it. What a cleanse day looks like, what a shake day looks
Oh,
like.
yeah.
The recipe.
Oh, yeah, I have
Tells
to,
you what is online.
but that's one thing about it, with my migraines.
And I got this when I did
That's what I'm
something
saying,
up in
and
the
the
show with a lot of
panic
different ways to
attack.
make things.
They've been
Yeah.
real
Well, see,
this
that's one thing about the
Some people
Onyx.
actually
There's
make
not anything going on.
things
The
out of
Onyx,
these shakes.
I have not had a panic attack since
Did
I've
they
been
do
home at all.
I wish I had somebody
That's why I
to do
keep
that.
Good.
See,
Well, hopefully
when
they
I
can
bought
do
that
that.
furniture,
Right.
The isolate.